Okay, essential garden tools. There they are. You have those, you can do most of what you need to do. I really like a hori hori. You are not going to bend this thing digging a hole if you have a spot that's thick clay. Any old trowel, garden trowel from the store, you get into thick clay, you start wrenching on that thing, that's going to just bend. And then after that, it's weaker and bends more often and more often. This will not bend. That's called a hori hori. Super nice. I don't have a trowel. I just use that. Obviously pruners and gloves. Lots and lots of gloves. I have gloves everywhere. Twine's another big one. Giant roll of twine. Really cheap. It's biodegradable. And I use it all the time for all kinds of things. I use it to hang my garlic up to dry. I use it to tie up my onions. I use it to tie up plants that I'm training up a pole or a trellis, something like that. It's very useful. And then another one that I really like is these collapsible garden bags. I wish this one was canvas and a little sturdier than this crap. You can see it's kind of chintzy and probably won't last all that long, but that's the gist. I like the kind that collapse and then they have the little clips that clip together to just keep it nice and small. You can shove it behind stuff, but those are super nice. And then two that I don't think are essential but are also nice to have. If you're planting plugs, this tiny little plant starts in just a little plug that's like that big around. One of these, jam it in the ground, do one of these, toss your plug in, that's it. And then this guy, it's very small, so it'll fit in between most of your plants and just weeds gone. It was here when I bought the house, so was this one. But I use that like for in between my onions, getting all the weeds out. I literally just drag it right down the space in between rows. Crossways, the same thing, and that takes most of the weeds out, just cuts them right off. So really, I don't think you need more than that. Something like this, also super nice for harvesting. It is basically a colander as well, so if you're getting a bunch of salad greens, you want to wash them off, just hose them off right in there before you bring them in the house. Or you can bring them in, sit it right down in the sink and kind of do one of these and get a lot of your dirt and stuff off of there. But I use this thing a lot. This was a Christmas gift last year and I've used it all summer for harvesting. This is where I keep my tools, so all this stuff I usually just have in here. This is a handy basket. I bring it out with me when I'm doing stuff in the garden, but it'll also sit right there on the wagon if I'm pulling weeds up front, and some of the weeds are the kind that you need to cut off, or for whatever reason, if you think you're going to need your tools with you when you're doing the bigger chores, I throw one of these in that wagon along with the tools and go around and pull weeds in the landscape up front. So I think those are the big ones. Everybody needs a bucket or two. I probably have 7 to 10, but those are my favorites.